Hello and welcome to CES 2022. We're going to be highlighting some unique micromobility companies, one of those being OKAI. OKAI is a company that designs, engineers, and builds their own e-mobility hardware. I love it. They're not just going on Alibaba buying the stuff and sending it. They're pretty much building it themselves. They also produce bikes for Lime and Bird as a special contract for those specially designed e-scooters. Well, let's go through their entire model lineup. We are at OKAI, which is a interesting company that produces e-bikes and scooters. The thing that I like about them is they design, engineer, and build everything in-house. Their head office is about 3 hours outside of Shanghai, but they have a US distribution network here, which is pretty cool. We're going to run through their whole model lineup that they have on display, starting with the EA10. What I'm going to do is click on lock. The bike chirps, lock, double chirp. Gotta love that. You can also use NFC right here on the screen, which I think is pretty neat. So you just tap this and it unlocks. Super cool. It's designed a little bit maybe for older people or someone who doesn't want to stand while riding, because you have this really comfortable cushy chair, a wider deck, which is pretty nice as well. And then it's got swappable battery packs, so you can pull it out. So you just put the key in, turn it to the right, this cover will come off, and you can just pop the battery out and charge it, presumably with a XLR connection or something like this. And that goes back in there. We'll leave the keys right here, but that's pretty sick. Then we get to this one, which is my favorite. It's the ES800. This is like the off-road, 1.3 meter long wheelbase here. Totally insane. It's still prototype phase, hasn't been totally finalized for the US market. It's gonna have to be limited, but perhaps there'll be a little cheat code to make it go fast. They say this thing rips 2 500-watt individual motors, which is insane. So you can go full rear-wheel drive, full front-wheel drive, or dual motor. In Colorado, in the tons of crazy terrain we have to ride on at home, this thing is going to be insane. I can't wait to ride this. And then we get over here to, this one's a crazy name, the EB100C. This is like a special edition, sort of showing off their true capabilities. They went out, purchased the best stuff. You have your Shimano drivetrain. You have really nice individual components on the bike. Really cool. This isn't in its final design. Perhaps we'll see some carbon when it goes to final production. It's got really good suspension integration. Overall, I think a really good looking bike. And from what I hear, they're only going to build 100 of these. So it's going to be really rare and probably quite expensive. This is actually interesting. This is their sort of scooter for ride sharing. You have colors to indicate status. You can also integrate this to a networked solution as well. So if you roll up on the bike and you're like, hey, I want to find mine, you can have it flash a certain color. We'll also can show battery status through here, which is really great. You have a 15-watt wireless phone charger, which is awesome for when you're cruising around. Really love that. Couple different speeds. Beautiful display here too. Take a look at this. Just absolutely gorgeous, and turn signals built into the the door handles, the handlebars here. That has got to be one of the coolest little touches. I absolutely love that. The nice thing about OKAI is they've actually been building sort of robust scooters for a long time for certain contract manufacturers out there. So think Bird, Lime, perhaps some of these, they're definitely rugged. So this is just one of their production ones that you got. If you're starting a smaller company, you can order a batch of these, presumably, which is cool. And then this is the last unit here that they have. It's the ES20 front wheel drive, 250 watt front motor, continuous 500 watt peak, folding, has a suspension built into the bridge here in the back, which is pretty neat. Beautiful display, up to 15 mile an hour top speed, and even has cruise control, which is one of the coolest things. So that was a fun, quick tour of OKAI. I really like these guys, and hopefully we'll be testing these in the future. Let's continue on. You can see here, this is their helmet that goes with OKAI. It's really cool. If I tilt it left, oh wait, let me kick it back on. Hold on, hit the power button. There we go. If I don't know. There we go. Now it's on, cruising. That's your left turn signal. If you tilt your head to the left, tilt your head to the right, it's your right turn signal. Slam on the brakes, it shows this, and it even lights up the front exactly with where you need to go, and including your turn signal direction. This is a really cool bit of kit, and really love this as the perfect riding accessory, really for any bike. I think this is wonderful. This is such a good idea. And there you have it. There's the OKAI display here. I'm really excited to see more of their products in the US. I think they're really just branching into our market. I think great ideas. That helmet is stellar, and I hope they make more than 100 of those e-bikes when they get it in full production. Overall, very interesting company. We'll be reviewing them right here on Out of Spec Scoots.